What's going on, comic fans? It's Mike from the Hardcover Comic here. Today we're going to talk about the third volume of Black Science. Well, we're going to briefly talk about it, just a quick overview. Going to get a little classic with the video style, the way we used to do it, top down, all that fun stuff. But real quick, before we get into that, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. This is what we do. We post content regularly, go live with streams. It's been a while, but we should be doing that pretty soon once again. Check out our Patreon if you're interested in hardcover comic giveaways. Last month, our winner got a copy of Absolute Day Tripper. I believe that's still on the way. So looking forward to June. Should be a very, very fun month, especially since comics are getting released again. Very exciting. But Black Science, man, Black Science. We finally got Volume 3, at least I did. Came from Amazon in a box, man, with nothing else. That's it, just the box. No paper, nothing, just a box. Great stuff from Amazon, but thankfully the book came in decent condition, not too many dings on the corners or anything like that. Following the aesthetic of the other two volumes, of course, with new and improved binding like we've seen with the remastered versions. Very clean look, very great design. I really, really like it, following the cover style of the single issues as well. This series is written by Rick Remender with artwork by Matteo Scalera. Same creative team that started the series, finishing it off here with issue number 43. This third volume contains issues 31 through 43 with a whole ton of bonus content. It retails for $50 US, so not too bad. You're not paying too high of a price for the amount of content you get, and that's cover price, so you're getting it way cheaper online wherever you purchase your books. And yeah, it's definitely a mature book. It's published by Image Comics. There's definitely a little bit of nudity. There's some violence in here, and there's definitely a lot of cursing. So definitely a book for adults. You want to keep your kids away from this kind of stuff. But the ideas are very, very cool. This book made it into my best sci-fi series video. I really, really, really love Black Science, especially as a sci-fi book. It follows a guy named Grant McKay and his family, really his family and his team. They call themselves the Anarchist League of Scientists because they follow a branch of science that is not generally accepted by the by public scientists and regular scientists. It's called Black Science for a reason. And really what they're doing is Grant McKay created this device that allows them to travel the Eververse, which is a sort of a multiverse sort of idea, but it gets real crazy. There's tons of twists and turns in this series, and with the final volume, that gets blown up exponentially. There's a lot of really heartwarming, heart-wrenching moments in this book. It's a very emotional roller coaster. As with most Rick Remender books, right? What's great about this one, though, is it seems like Rick Remender has gotten less and less dreadful and fatalistic, which is great. It can get pretty heavy in some of Rick Remender's books, but in Black Science, while it does get heavy, there are a lot of really redeeming moments, and really the story is about multiple characters attempting to redeem themselves for various reasons, right? And it's really cool to see, how different characters within the series, especially for those of you that have been following along, characters like Nadir and Grant, sort of deal with their internal struggles and their reputations and wanting to prove themselves, and the various relationships between team members and family members. And it's really great to see the story come to a close with this volume. I really enjoyed the series. For 43 issues, it's a crazy ride with a ton of spectacular action, beautiful illustrations by Matteo Scalera. And thankfully, these are extra oversized. These are the size of library editions, absolute editions. I believe it's 12 by 8 inches. So very large. You get beautiful Matteo Scalera artwork. And of course, with the most recent binding they've been using, you get minimal gutter loss. The book doesn't necessarily stay open from the start because the pages are nice, thick, high quality paper. So you do have to hold it down a little bit. But I mean, once you're in it and you're reading it, I mean, man, the eye hole's fantastic. There's very little gutter loss, like you guys will see. And what's fantastic about it too is you get a whole bunch of bonus content. I mean, this thing is overflowing with bonus content. I think it's like 50 pages of bonus content. A lot of variant covers, a lot of black and white pages, inked pages, penciled pages, processed pages as Matteo Scalera and Rick Remender worked on the series. It's really awesome. It's a great way to experience the series and see some of the work and effort that went behind the scenes in the book. Of course, I'm a huge fan of these image over oversized books. They're absolutely beautifully done. The graphic covers are gorgeous. The books are solidly put together. The binding is very strong, and it's definitely going to last. And like I said, the paper's high quality, the printing's gorgeous, the colors pop, and there's very little blurring. The pages are not see-through at all. It's really top-notch, high-quality production value coming out of Image Comics, and whoever they use for their bindery, it's wonderful. And thankfully, Rick Remender is a guy who I think is going to keep doing these Image Comics series and keep getting these large, oversized books. I'm looking forward to the Seven to Eternity one whenever that happens. If you're a fan of science fiction in general, if you're a fan of really comic books, I mean, it's just such a great, compelling story, especially, as a person who's matured so much over the years and growing up and getting to understand various relationships between family members and wanting to make a difference in the world, but also, making sure you realize what is actually important in your world and prioritizing your world and understanding what your world means and what your place in it means. It's really, really fantastic. You get to see, again, a lot of characters here, a lot of recurring characters show up. It's awesome. It's awesome. There are some hilarious moments in this book. There are some heartbreaking moments in this book, and there are some moments that just make you very, very hopeful, especially when it comes to, again, people redeeming themselves and proving their worth and growing to be a better person. It's awesome. I really, really liked it. If you're just jumping in on Black Science now, definitely, pick up the first 2 volumes as well. You should be able to get them no problem. The remastered version for Volume 1, of course, is really the only version worth getting. I unfortunately still have the original one with that glued binding, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. I've managed my way through it. So I really, really dig this series. It's a fantastic sci-fi series that explores some really cool ideas, and with Matteo Scalera's artwork and his insane interpretation of Rick Remender's ideas and the way the worlds are created and traveling through these universes, and understanding what the Eververse is and how and what's happening with it is fantastic. I really, really, really enjoy this series. Be sure to check it out if you haven't already. These are amazing, glorious hardcovers. Of course, if you're just going to pick up the trade paperbacks, that's cool too. No problem with that at all. It's a fantastic story no matter what format you read it in. Matteo Scalera's artwork may not be for everyone, but I personally think it's spectacular, and I can't imagine reading this any other way myself. So let me know what you guys think of Black Science. Have you read the series? What did you think of the ending? What did you think of the 3 volumes in total? Are you looking forward to any other Rick Remender series, any other Image Comics releases coming up soon? Let me know down in the comments below. I can't recommend this enough. Seriously, guys, it's such a phenomenal series. Be sure to subscribe, guys, if you haven't already. This is what we do regularly. I'm finally getting some new books. Very, very excited about that, too. Gonna have some more overviews, hopefully, in the next few months as well. So very excited to see what's coming out of the comic book industry now that things are getting up and running again. And check out our Patreon. We're doing hardcover comic giveaways, digital code giveaways, hopefully some more fun stuff down the road as well as we expand that area of our of the hardcover comic. And thank you all very much for tuning in. This is Mike from the Hardcover Comic. As always, until next time, stay safe and stay classy, Internet.